Like, from looking at the title of this video, you're like, wait, we don't deserve a TV show? Like, what? A TV show, the TV show. Like, no one really works. Like, we all work hard to watch a TV show. Actually, that's not true, but a TV show, the TV show. But not really every show is just a show. Shows like Arrow, Daredevil, maybe The Punisher, what the Flash used to be, and I think it'll come back to its roots, but this show is probably the best out of them. Easily. Like, even though in my preference, Arrow, honestly, this show is better than Arrow, better than The Flash, it's better than every show in its predecessor. Yeah, it's only 3 seasons, Arrow's 8. Arrow's still a good show, it's still a good show, but comparing this one episode of this show to like a whole season, like comparing episode, like the friendship episode of Daredevil season 1 to all of Arrow season 1, I had the same enjoyment. And also, one good thing about Daredevil is that it only has 13 episodes compared to 23, and it has less contained storylines and not too rushed storylines, mainly compared to the Flash season 5. But honestly, this show is everything a show is. Like, think of this: their season 1 of Daredevil had everything. It had action. It showed a blind man, a freaking blind man's origin story of how blindness isn't a disability, but it's something else. It's something that distracts you from what your true self is. That's the lesson of Daredevil season 1. Blindness isn't a disability. Yeah, you may not see it. You're like, oh, there's so much action, there's so much drama in it. Actually, there isn't that much drama, but there's decent amount of drama. But there is. The villain's origin is so like thoroughly fleshed out, and it totally makes sense. And the flashbacks to Daredevil's back and his back, and the villain gets his own damn episode. That's really freaking good. Daredevil's a show beyond what other shows can fathom to be. It explores Matt Murdock as a character unlike anything else. It gives his backstory, it shows what a blind man is and how it enhances his hearing, unlike that stupid, shitty 2002 movie. Maybe 3? I think it's 2. That movie was so stupid, it's so flashbacky, but whatever. But this season, it gives the villain Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, a good origin. The actors, the story writers, the showrunners, everyone gives a shit. Everyone does. I'm not saying they don't give a shit. They do give a shit. They give something. They want this show to be good. The actors do. Everyone does. Just talk about season 1. I'm just going to briefly explain it. Wilson Fisk, he gets a planted out origin in it. Karen Page, she gets also a planted out origin. Maybe the worst of the origins because we don't even see her past until season 3, but still, we get enough origin to know what type of character, how much of a good or a weird character she is. And honestly, she was great. You get to see her opposing worldviews. You get to see how she gets weirded out. You get to see that she kills people. She can kill people. She did. If she's scared enough and if she has to, she's gonna do it. Like, without question, she's gonna do it. It gives Foggy and Matt's relationship or friendship a whole new level of experience. This is probably the best experienced friendship I have ever seen. Yeah, Barry and a Cisco, Barry and Oliver, Barry and Kara maybe, but Matt and Foggy's like next level. Every episode, even if it has something to completely later, except like maybe Karen's episode, which is named Karen season 3 episode 10. Every episode, almost every out of all 33 episodes of the show, has something to do about their friendship. Actually, 39 episodes. But also, there was this episode in season 1. I think it was episode 10 or 11. I think it was 11. It was Faggy learning Matt was the person in the black mask. He wasn't named Daredevil till the end, and he didn't get the red suit till the end of season 1. All he did was have a black mask. But him learning that put severe consequences on Matt's life. It made Matt feel. And you get to see the two revelations. You get to see flashbacks of their friendship path. Even though they're short, the flashbacks, you get to see them. You get to see everything. Daredevil's a type of show that you really want to watch. It gives every character an arc to develop. The episode also makes you care for their friendship. It's so freaking like I love that episode. It's in my top two. Honestly, it's probably my favorite, but one of my favorite. It's just so not rushed, gives every character time to develop, stuff like that. And then one major thing about it is that it makes every character likable. There's not a single character except one character in season two, Elektra. Elektra's she's really not good, but every character who doesn't feel like if you hear about them doesn't seem like they should be likable are likable. Like for example, Matt, he's just a blind kid. How should he be likable? He's a blind kid or person, but he is likable. Karen, she's a reporter with a weird backstory. She's still likable. Foggy, he's just a normal type of lawyer who seems to be weirder from people. He sounds weirdish. Why is he so likable? Because their characters have more inner personalities. And the biggest thing is the villain. The villain is just a. As a kid, he broke his father's skull, with the hammer to save his mom. You know that? That's weird. I don't think I would like thinking about it before. Like, if I haven't watched Daredevil and a friend recommends me and tell that's the villain's origin, I'd be like, that's a weird origin. I'm not watching this show. It's just so weird. But the show makes good actors and their performances and good editing, everything works and makes it feel like real life. There's no superpowers, there's no giants doing random stuff. It's everything characters. That's what Daredevil is known for. Also, Young Justice. Young Justice is an animated show, but it's actually more character focused than Daredevil. But season three kind of sucked, but I guess whatever. Season two had Elektra, Matt's old girlfriend. I skipped episode 5 because someone said there was a big kiss scene or something. I don't know, but I just this season was great. The first 4 episodes were like so freaking good. It's nuts. No, really, this is all that happened. First, Matt gets shot in the head, but Matt saves him from his red suit. But he gets shot in the head. But the main part, all he is, the Punisher. He tied him up onto a roof. The Punisher family died, and he killed people for justice per se, instead of just not doing anything. And his real name is Frank Castle, I think. Yeah, he also has his own show, which is also a great show. Um, and per se, Matt Murdock, who's Daredevil, he's just in his costume tied to a building, tied to a part of an apartment. And the Punisher is just there loading his weapons. Okay? And all you see is both of them talk. Talk, 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 talk. But the reason I'm talking about this scene is because those 4 episodes were so good. You get to see the opposing worldviews. You don't see the Punisher and Matt and Daredevil talking. You see Matt Murdock with all the light and hope stuff inside of him, pretty still dark, like more lighter darkness and decent hope inside of him, and the Punisher filled with rage, vengeance, all this stuff. And you get to see Frank Castle and Matt Murdock talk. Not, yeah, they're in their costumes and stuff like that. Frank doesn't even know Matt Murdock is Daredevil because he has no, he doesn't care about pulling off his mask. It doesn't sound enjoyable. Again, it's just two people talking to each other. It seems, there's going to be a normal conversation. No, you get to see the opposing worldviews in a way that I've never seen before. No one, not even the Flash, was able to do that. Not Arrow. No one. Ninjago didn't do it. Johnny Test never did it. I like the show. It's really good in entertainment. A lot of people hate it for some random reason. That's why it got canceled in 2014. I say it doesn't deserve that hate. I still watch it today, but if I shouldn't even be talking about that. But it just Daredevil is a different show. It's different. The writers know what they want to do. This scene is influenced by both of them. You get to see the Punisher wants to kill someone. Daredevil's like, oh, don't do it. It sounds boring. But when you watch it, you can feel the rage inside of the Punisher from losing his family. You can notice the rage. You can see the darkness. You can see just the just the pure evil inside of Frank Castle and the more lightish, dark thing inside of Matt Murdock. And that just pulls you in for such a ride. Those 4 episodes were like honestly so good to watch. Like it was probably one of my favorite things to watch. Back then, 2015 Ninjago season 5 was airing. The Flash season 1 was still airing. Like all these Ninjago season 5 is great. It's probably the worst out of these 3 seasons, but it's still good. Johnny Test got canceled, but I still watch season 6 a lot. Um I was watching this, the first 4 episodes at least, it was great, and the Flash season 1 was better than this, but it's still really freaking good this season. But then the second half it got a little bit. Like it's not really that good, the second half. It's kinda meh. Like Elektra comes and she's boring as crap. The villains with the hand, I'm not even gonna talk about it, just watch it for yourself. It may contain spoilers, this video, just saying, but I'm not. It's probably spoiled. Honestly, it is spoilers. Quite a lot. A lot. Okay, but still, if you. I'm gonna put in the comments it's a spoiler review, so. Now going on to season 3. This video may take a long time now. Season 3 is like the pin. Like back then, when I first watched season 3, it was easily my favorite season of TV. Beats the Flash season 1, beats Arrow season 5, makes those things feel like a dumpster shit. And I was just because of how freaking good the season is. And then after that, I just put those 2 seasons in front of it because I don't know, I just enjoyed them more. But honestly, this season deserves number 1. It really does. Like I'm putting it at number 1 again. It's just so damn good in its own. This season is the most focused season on of television I have ever seen, and I'm pretty sure it even exists. Compared to movies, this, this it's hard to talk about how focused it is. It focuses on Kingpin Wilson Fisk getting out of prison, tricking the FBI into putting him in his house, and he is such a good maniacal villain. You get to see the FBI's point of view. You get to see Poindexter becoming Bullseye. And that development from how he had this crush on a woman, but then Wilson Fisk made them meet up. But then he made the woman that he had a crush on just poo him out because he always spied on her, and she was like, "How do you know all this stuff about me?" And so, just get away from me. And then he killed her, which is obvious, but it's just so massive. And you get to see how he frames Daredevil and how that rage inside of him. And as a kid, he always had this rage. He had superhuman throwing abilities. Why wouldn't he have this rage? He had this weird thing in his mind. And at the end, they ended with the cliffhanger on him after Kingpin broke his back and he went to prison again. This man survived, and but nope. Netflix was like, you know what? We're not even going to give Daredevil a last season to be like, bye bye fans. We're just going to directly cancel it. Like, you know what? Daredevil's a piece of garb, so we're just going to cancel it because it's so boring. Okay, yeah, and I disagree, but and it just focuses on Matt Murdock, how he's not able to balance out being Matt Murdock and Daredevil. It also gives Foggy like it gets Karen for the first time some development, a huge development. Her backstory was so weird. I never expected it to be that weird. She literally killed her brother on accident, but still, because of a car accident, because she was so stressed. Oh my goodness, her backstory was so like unexpected. She was always this more of a nice lady who was, okay, I'm nice, I'm nice. But now you notice that she's not who she looks to be or like feels to be. Like how you notice her is completely different. Also, like half of each episode is based on Foggy. No, half of the episode. No, like if you split into 5 halves, Foggy Nelson, Matt Murdock, um, the FBI, Wilson Fisk, and I'm that stupid Karen Page. All these 5 parts are based. 1/5 of each episode focuses on these 5 parts. This season focuses on the villain. And each and every character gets an arc. They get their moment to shine. You get to see what each person's doing. Every single person is trying to stop Wilson Fisk. They know he's gone for it. They know that he's, oh, I'm a Mr. Bad Guy. And Wilson Fisk has his own plan.